Good morning. It's time to play a little bit of Satisfactory. It has been a solid 4 or 5 days since I've been able to get on. Work's been just an absolute beast lately. So I've been exhausted when I get home and not getting up as early as I normally get up. But anyway, here we go. So let's just check. I did let this after the last, actually, let me just leave this on here for a second. After the last stream, I did let this kind of saturate and even out. And I even went over and disconnected the, what are those things called? The power augmenters I had over at the coal area. One, I wanted to get the sloops back, but two, I wanted to see right now we're not boosted at all, and I wanted to see how level we could get this power line, and it's leveled out extremely well. So, and this is exactly what I expect. I was making 33.75 from the coal power that I had over by the starter factory, and I was expecting 30,000 megawatts from what I started on the last stream, and it's been holding there. So rather pleased about that. Let's check on this sulfur. Seems to be working fine. So what I want to do this morning is play morning surplus. What I want to do this morning is so I know I already have, without running anything additional, let me just confirm down here. That is dark down here. Slowly get over here. All right, so right now I'm only running this 600. Okay, this 600 line here is feeding what we've got fired up. So if I want to fire up anything else, I need to run more oil over. But I do have this line here. Is feeding all of the petroleum coke production here, and its overflow, which is 225. I've got this. So I could use this, plus I've already got the petroleum coke, and I've got the required sulfur to fire up this little side row. Yeah, flying Powerball. Yeah, exactly. Come on, let's get over here. All right, so this little row here. These 4 turbo fuel, these are the ones that are beefed up, that are kicking out 75 per minute of the turbo fuel, where the normal ones are kicking out 45. And I'm curious why this is not showing a number. Probably because there's barely any that's getting made. 25, 25, yeah, so there's no fuel that gets made out of this. Anyway, so I should need, let's look at the math here. 37.5 times 4, so it's 150. So I need 150 of the sulfur, 150 of the coke, which I've got. Water should be easy enough. And oil, this is the one I wanted to check, oil. So that's 46.875 times 4. Yeah, 187.5, and I said I had 22 and a half. Something like that. Connect the couple, I do need to connect these walkways. I've been trying to put that off though. It's just such tedious work and I never feel like it's satisfying enough, right? Even though it is. Alright, so let's run everything to get these up and going. But there is one big problem. Huge problem that I don't know if I want to tackle today. But I'm going to have to tackle it. I made a mistake. In my rush to get everything fired up yesterday, or last stream I should say, I ran power to the elevator to go up and then proceeded to tie in the turbo fuel production and the generators off of the elevator, forgetting that I had set up a separate power for those to be able to control them. Now, I say it's a huge issue. I could just eliminate this and not worry about it, or I need to go back and completely rewire how those are getting power, which shouldn't be too big of a problem, but still, it's a problem. So actually I'm gonna put that over here because I will forget that. Put it in the to-do list. Rerun, how do I want to phrase this? Power for turbo fuel and generators to switches. All right, now let's go back up here. So we need to run oil, water, sulfur, and coke this direction. Let's see where we need to come down at. That's where we're coming down. Or up, however you want to phrase it. So, how do we want to do that? Okay, we can come right along. Let's see, do I want to come along this walkway? This walkway? Where did I run this one? Let's just see where I ran this one. I mean, I ran this one right down that walkway. I don't see why I wouldn't run it down this one. So let's do that. So let's grab... My computer just froze there for a second. That was weird. Alright, so we're going to have to go under these. Bum, 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 bum. So I need to rerun that guy. Probably to... I want to have the coal on top of it. Not coal, coke. And the coke needs to come... Let's just do this. And I want it right there, so we're gonna have to swing this thing around, I think. $150 is Mark III. Yeah. Alright, unfortunately that's straight through it, so let us do this number. Yeah, that'll work. Alright. So let's get this ran. We said we're coming down here. Alright, let's do it in the same line as this one. Oh. That is not in the same line. Alright, that should be able to give us something to work off of. If I put it on the right pipe. It's gonna be one of those mornings. Big deal. Okay, now let's get this sulfur over here. So it does need to come down to those heights. or go up. Probably could have left it. No, I probably should run that. Yeah, let's run it up higher. Oh, that's not even right either. Went too high. Third time's a charm? Alright, that got it. That got it. Alright, so let's get... Oh, too far. Too far. Alright, let's get these ran all the way down. Kidding me? Okay. All right, we're close there. We are close. What we need to do is build the... Let's drop. We need to drop below these, don't we? Okay, drop below. And then we'll come back up. How far did I set this off? I guess it doesn't even really matter. Just go up with it. Did I run 3? 1, 2, 3. I did run 3. Alright, so this is not supposed to do that. There we go. There we go. Okay, that got us generally close. Oil and water. So I can skirt. Let's do the oil down the side. Yeah, let's do the oil down the side. They can run right along the ceiling. So I'm dead center on that thing. We want horizontal to vertical. Throw us a pipe pump on here. We really need straight mode. There we go. I really hope this is fixed whenever the actual 1.1 comes out. I should not be doing that. Alright, how much clipping if we go straight through there? None. Perfect. Alright, water. Let us run the water, and this should already be filling up. Yep. No, I want this guy. There we go. Alright. So we need 150 water. So we need to add another. Another guy here. Alright, what height do we want this at? Let's see. Can I squeeze it through? Alright, let's see what the odds of me being able to squeeze it through this. Not zoop, I want vertical. Right there. That may work. That may just work. Let's see here. Alright, and this is 150, so this does not actually need to be. This can be Mark 1. I did not check to see if that was straight before I laid it. Alright, it is. Thank goodness. Alright, let's see how this looks going through here. It may be too high. It may be too high. Damn it, it is too high. Okay. This is gonna be too low if I lower this. We're gonna find out. We are going to find out right now. Horizontal, vertical. Great. Mhm. It actually needs to be here. Oh, that pipe's in the way. Well, no, I can do it right there. Alright, that's where it needs to be. Let's see if I can squeeze that through. Thread the needle. I think that's where it needs to be. Let's go down here and look. Yes. Alright, so do I like this? It's better than it going right through the middle of the belt. I think I'm gonna live with it. Well, I'm gonna live with it. We're gonna run with it. Alright, that'll get us all the way down to where the other ones terminate. Then we gotta throw water pump on. Not a water, damn thing called? Water extractor. This should go right through those other ones also. Perfect. All right, let us get all those deleted. And delete all these stands also. Oh, geez. Fingers got out of control on that one. Should be the last one. Yeah. All right, so that's sulfur, coke, water, oil all ran. Let's put the... I need to run the water. Is it locking in next to those? It is. where the hell did I run the power for this? Oh, it's right. There it is, right there. Got it. All right. So we need 150. Take that away. None of those curve makes it. Let's keep it straight. You know, probably should have gone up 2. Yeah, we need to go up 2. I don't want that clipping like that. Now maybe these modes will change. Curve kind of looks cool. Okay, and then this puppy needs some power. And that's maxed out. Not smart. So let's do this. Okay, that's running. It'll probably take a minute to saturate. So in here, I need to remember. I need to remember how I built the buffer system. This one. I should have built that other one when I built all these, because now I can't remember what I did. Where's vertical? All right, that's 4. And come on, get in there. Oh, I had it. Great. I want to say this one was 6. It is 6. So 4, 6. There. Okay, let's go over here. Need to put me a hyper tube from one end of this factory to the other. Alright, so let's delete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so we got one here. Is that in line? Can't tell if that's in line or not. Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, that's in line. $1,000,000 question, though. I don't remember if I had it centered on that. I guess it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. All right, let's see how that looks. Okay, this one is the oil. This one's the water. Okay, that works. Now I gotta remember how I did this. Actually, I don't think it actually even matters too much. Did I go up and over this thing? Dang it. Did go up and over it. I did go up and over it, and then I ran... Okay, so I ran the oil close to the edge here, and the copper about centered. But it did go up and over. Alright. Let's see if I can remember that running all the way back over here and not forget this time. Oh, that's just what throwing me off. I don't need... don't need these. All right, so let's get rid of that. And that. Okay, that's exactly where I wanted that one. And then I was running, I guess, there. And we need to have logistics. Centered. I want to say I was there. Oh, you want to let me put that there? Oh, turkey. All right, so let's do this then. Why is that not letting me do that? Can I do it there? All right. I need this one. I got way too many foundations here. No, it wants to connect onto that one. Hold on. Hell, we may be able to just run it right there. Hold on. Straight. Well, that's weird how that's not working. So let's do horizontal, vertical. Then straight. There we go. Alright, so now at least it won't want to try to connect up to it. Perfect. Alright. Oh, shoulda. Excuse me. It's one more. Filling up. Filling up. Perfect. All right, let's run the... Those don't need to be Mark 4s. They only need to be Mark 3s. All right, now we need to squeeze these through. I bet if I just drop these down, they will 90 in. What are the odds? Yeah, that one needs to be there. No. Let's not mess this up. Let's not mess this up. Send the wrong stuff down the wrong. Alright, sulfur. Sulfur is the top one, which is that one, which is that one, which is the back one. Alright, so this back one is the sulfur. So this one is the petroleum coke, so this should be fine. And then this goes here, yes. Slight clipping on that. I'll live with it. Alright, so we should have everything pumping through these suckers. Yes, yes. I mean, it's got to saturate. Coming out there. Coming out there. Yes. And yes. Okay. Oops. And we also should have water, oil. All right. So everything's there that we need. I've already connected up the... Okay, polymer resin's hooked up, fuel's hooked up, even though we don't need any of this. I mean, this will be extremely rare that we even get anything out of this. So before we fire this up, we need to connect up the turbo fuel outlet, which I don't have the generators built yet, so we need to go build the generators also. Yeah, they're supposed to go in this slot right here. Let me just confirm how many we need. So we're doing 75 times 4, 300. And each one of these is using 18.75 times 2 is 37.5 per blueprint. 300 divided by 37.5 is 8. Which is, I believe, what I planned for. It is. Alright, so let's go here. Power plant. We're gonna need 8 of these. And 8 of those. All right, let's get this ran real quick. We need auto connect blueprint. Where's blueprint auto connect? There it is. I like doing these from this side. Maybe. There, yes. All right. And we also only need these to be Mark 1. Let's do that real quick before we forget it. We should also probably go ahead and connect up this turbo fuel before I run the blueprints for the generators, because I'll definitely forget that. Alright, so we're way the hell out here. How do I want to tie this in? I'm gonna be coming down. Where am I coming down? Coming down right here. Probably literally could just go straight into this guy. Let's see, we want horizontal, vertical. Let's see if we can't sneak this in. I definitely don't want it going out there. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's see here. Where are we coming down? Right there, so just to be a little jut. I came down and dropped this thing one off the end. Let's do that here. That doesn't look right. I guess it is. Huh. Alright. So I wonder if this will just connect straight up. Cuts right to the pipe. How about we go this way? Perfect. Let's go ahead and change all these because we're only going to be doing 300 through here. Okay. Let's run those power generators. So we should just do power generators and power and be good to go. Perfect. All right, let's run some power and we should be able to fire this thing up. Which this should give us another, what are we doing? 625 per 8 times 2 times 625, so another 10,000 megawatts is what this will give us once this goes on board. I don't know if that actually connected. Okay. And to my conundrum earlier, we're just going to connect up to this for now. I'm going to leave that open. We're going to have to rerun this power connection up to the switch I've got downstairs. All right, so those 8 are done. Those 20 are done. I'm gonna put these last 4 generators in standby mode. So that we can let everything saturate properly. All right. What am I missing? Power to here. That's it. How do we want to connect it? Dun, dun, dun. I think we connect it right here to right here. Definitely don't want to zoop all that. Just want one. Is it gonna catch it? It is. All right. Nope, don't. All right, where am I going over here? I am. Which one am I trying to catch? That one. Technically, once I do this, we're good. We're golden, right? Moment of truth. Do we have lights? We've got lights. We've got power. We've got movement. Boom, boom, boom. Full. full. Okay. Starting to fill up nicely. This is just a wait and see game. Yep. All right. These are running. So what's next? What's next? Nothing. We need to let these saturate a little bit. I'm not going to see any fuel coming out just yet. Bum, 62 and a half. 12 and a half. 50. Yeah. So yeah, so these have to be fully saturated for it to overflow into these, which will happen on this one first. So the first turbo fuel should obviously come from the first in line. Yeah, see, it's starting to get the oil residue in this one. Let's make sure that polymer resin's getting out. Should be this one. Yeah. All right, let's just follow this while we're here. Let me make sure I've got it going to its final spot correctly, which it should. So both these should be pumping resin down. They are. Okay. All right, perfect. And I didn't put these in standby mode or anything. Let's see. No. Okay. So those will make the plastic. All right, we're looking good. All right, they're starting to get a little bit of fuel. Very tiny amount. Okay, that'll slowly work up. Let's see how the next one in the line's doing. 95%, it's getting a little bit. Oops. Same. Same. And there should be no fuel. Perfect. This is just here in case of emergencies. Something backs up. Got no resin backup. We got no heavy oil residue backup. All right, I think we're good. That's staying full. That's staying full. So let's go down to the generators, because we should be pumping enough to have most of them fired up. Or getting fired up anyway. Yeah, we got some lights coming on. Alright, so what we'll do, we'll let these... I'm gonna leave these first four in standby mode. Just let them fill up. But I'm not gonna turn them on. Yeah, they're getting there. They're at 35. I'm gonna not turn them on until these have saturated up. Which will take a minute. So we're gonna just let that run, and once that's done, we should have 43 375, I believe is what it should be at. So that'll be our goal number to look for. So I guess while that's going, let me just connect up with some of these catwalks. Since it's got to be done anyway. Do the boring, tedious stuff while we're waiting for the generators to come on. The next big thing that I'm going to have to do for this is oil, bringing oil in for the next rows. Which I've yet to determine kind of how that's gonna happen just yet. Don't know if I should do train, pipe. I guess we could just go over there and look and find those spots that I want to use. Probably should be the first thing that we do. So let's get these catwalks in. And then let's go find that oil that we're going to use to bring in, because I need to bring in 1200. Alright, how far along have we saturated? Right here, which it's not filled up yet. So, alright, let's shoot over here. Yeah, I need 1200. Let's go over here. Need to put my jetpack on, and we probably need some more fuel. Packaged liquid fuel. And oil. So I'm going to be using these two, pure and pure. I'm not even going to mess with this one because I can get 1200 out of these two. Let's go over to those. I'm curious what the path is like to get from there to here to determine how I want to run them. Alright, did I lose them? Where the hell did they go? Already passed them? Okay, where are these things at? Ah, there they are. So they should just be direct shots. Yeah, we can get them down into here. Alright, let's run some power over here. I don't know why, for some reason, when I was looking at this map, and let me show you. Nope, that's not what I'm going to show you. For some reason, I thought these things were so far away. But they're not, which I'm fine with. Alright, so let's do this. Let us see. Two by four. Alright, we're gonna have to get rid of these guys. Oh, I'm swimming with him. Alright, let's try this again. So if I put the 2x4 beltway, where's the... Oh, okay, hold it there. Hold it there. Okay. Man, I got the sniffles today for some reason. It's killing me. Alright, let's get rid of these guys. And we can use the power through here now. Uh-huh. Okay. So we need to come up through... Oh, come on. I need to fix that. I don't know why that keeps doing that. Probably because I hit Control A. Yep. I need to change that from Control A to something else because that's going to continue to happen. I'll do that offline though. All right, so let's go. So I'm curious. How that's gonna look. Don't mind it. Do I mind it? I don't think I mind that. The key being... Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. You know what we could do? Bum, bum, bum. All right, I like that. So what we want to do then is... How do I want to do this? I guess it doesn't matter. Do one here. One here. One here, one here. Oops. Yes. All right, we're gonna have to do this. I think I'm fine with hiding this underneath here like this. Yeah. I think this is our plan. And I do believe I've got a 2x2 turn. I don't know why my voice went so high right there. 2x2 right turn. But I need to delete these. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we should be juiced over here. Let us see. Oh, no, we're not, because I didn't connect over here. There, 2. Nope, I need that. There we go. Now we should be juiced. Creature in the way. What? Where? Huh. Togo. Get out of here. Come on, bro. Come on. You're impeding my progress, man. There you go. Okay, now follow me over here. Thank you. Alright, I was gonna check if this had power. If I can see it. There we go. It does. So I can get rid of that. All right. So let us fish the oil down from up here down here. So how do we want to do that? All right, let's see if we can do this one. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum. We're getting there. We need the support. Yes. But we're going to move it to the corner. Are we? Yes. Don't know if that one was necessary, but I put it in anyway. Okay. Ooh, nope. Nope. All right, let's get a little funky here. Need that. We want the horizontal, the vertical. Yes. Hold. Hold. I think that's about perfect. Now, can I mirror that? Back one. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. No. There. Too long, too long. Dang it. Probably should have done that inside one first. Yeah, I should have definitely done that inside one first. All right, so let's delete that. Come on. Where is it? There it is. There we go. All right, now we need to connect power up There. So how do we want to do that? Oop, too far. It's crooked as hell. It's straight enough. Okay. All right. So we should have power through all those now. And we do. All right, perfect. So let's get these extractors in. Is that how I want that? I don't know if we actually need foundations up here. Because I think what I want to do, let's do it so we know what we're gonna do. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Right there. So I've really got no problem of doing this number. I mean, it's a little crooked, but I'll take it. Power, 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 power. Plop it right there. No problem with that. And I need 600 from each. And I don't have any power shards on me. Oh, that's weird. Shouldn't do that. Should it? Typing P in the search Pulling up the camera. I don't remember that being an issue before. Okay, so we got 600 going for each of those. No need for pumps because we're all going downhill all the way to here, yes. That needs to be black. Hot dog. All right, let's go check on these fuel generators. We'll come back to these. I mean, they're definitely pumping something. All right. What row did we just do? Is this row? Full. Full. Okay, hopefully I didn't let it saturate too long to where we're backing up. Let's crank that one on. Crank that one on. Okay, well, let's go up here, make sure we're not backed up on turbo fuel. Not really. Not really. Yes, see, I let it run a little too long. That's a bummer. I got too sidetracked. It should go out of there fairly quickly, yeah. Didn't put any buffers in though. Wonder if that would have been a smarter idea so you could just flush the buffer. I don't know. This is not the end of the world. Yeah, that one's already out. And that one probably will be out pretty soon. So we should have 43,375. Perfect. So they're all running at 100%. Oh, I need to fix that. And there was one over here, yes. Yeah, here. Let's go down here. Let's check this last one in the line. Full and burning. Perfect. All right, let's check our resin and fuel. Let's double check the fuel. There shouldn't be any fuel backing up from this one, or even flowing for that matter. Okay, there is. Why is there fuel? Oh, it's because it's backed up over here. Man, I got the sniffles. That's why. This had filled up because this was full. Okay. I'm glad I connected it up anyway then. Alright, I want to go look at the resin and plastic and fuel and rubber and see how we're doing. Definitely overflowing everything. So I think next episode I want to rework this and give it more storage. And maybe even double up on the dimensional depots. All right, let's go see if the oil I ran into last time. Bum, bum. That's separate power. Not coming from the hot. Bum, 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 bum. What is this? Oh, it's under machine. Okay, so where is that power? Where is that going to? I don't want that. I want this to be connected up here. Yeah, that's what I want right there. So let's do the same thing. This way. All right, we should have juice to these pumps. We do. Why is that running? Oh shit. I didn't want that doing that. Bum, bum, bum. All right, I think what we need to do is run the rest of the fuel generators so we can at least have those in. So that's 12, 24, 36. This certainly is a mess to delete. Let's do it this way. Well, that didn't work. All right. I put that one in backwards. I put that one in backwards. You know what I probably should do? Let's put the first one in each one of these rows, so then I can just pop them out. Well, I never thought I'd run out of iron rods first. That's interesting. Alright, well, I guess we need to let that replenish a little bit. Now, I guess we can connect up power. And this catwalk stuff, all that stuff's replenishing. Alright, it's about filled back up. Let's get over here. Five. I'm one off. How to do that? Run one twice. Or do I have a rogue one somewhere? Huh, there we go. I wasn't off. Okay, let's let that replenish. We can go ahead and connect up this like we did the other one. I hope the music was better tonight. I don't know if anybody's still in here listening right now, but I went through and adjusted a whole bunch of stuff. Because 2 streams ago, it was way too loud. And then the last stream, I think I lowered it too much. I think Surplus, if you're still in here, he said he couldn't hear it at one point, which that's in the wrong damn spot. Not blueprint. It was on. It just was extremely low, and you had to crank up the volume, which made, at least when I did it, it made my talking voice way too loud. So hopefully the adjustments I made to that audio is actually working this time. All right, let's is that stuff still? Let's see. Let the copper sheets, no, copper sheets are good. The iron rods fill in a little bit. Yeah, let's just run the power here. Just to get it out of the way, make sure we've got it done. And then after we get these generators in, the last step really is bringing in that last 450 worth of sulfur to be able to fire everything up. Which, if we can get, so I know that the official 1.1 is coming out on the 10th. So kind of in my mind right now, what I'm wanting to do is have this thing up and fully operational, debugged, the whole 9 yards before the 10th. And then on release day, do a as many hours as necessary day stream on the the aesthetics, like finishing up the factory, the outside, all the catwalks, the lighting, the whole 9 yards. It's kind of my thought process. So I think, actually, I know. There's no thinking. I know that I can get to that point. I think one good solid stream this weekend will get us there. All right, let's get these 36 fuel generator blueprints in. Rubber's down. All right, let's let that stuff refill. We can probably just go ahead and run the power here. Okay. Stuff's still, copper sheets are still rebuilding. Yeah, let's go ahead and do not that. The hell? That was weird. Alright, I'm gonna go to about, well, I'm not gonna do a time. I'm gonna get all these fuel generators installed. And then I'm gonna call it a morning. That'll be a good stopping point anyway. So 24 more. Let's get these things in. And that will be the vast majority of this build complete. At least, you know, infrastructure wise. Logistics and aesthetics. Again, will take a hot minute. I am kind of curious how I'm going to get that sulfur over. Maybe we look at that today. Maybe. Rubber's already out. You know what? I can fix that. Watch. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Done. I knew that would come in handy at some point. Okay, let's look up power while the last little bit kind of sinks in. Alright, as soon as that copper sheet's filled up, we'll get the last row of generators in. I am going to put the those alien power augmenters back over on this side now that this is, you know, once we get to that point. I don't need them right now, but I'm going to put them there. And then I'm also going to build a bigger battery storage area. Because right now I just have those handful of batteries over at the original coal plant. And they are not going to be sufficient enough in case we lose power. Alright. Copper sheets are there. So let's get this last bit in. Once this row goes in, that'll be 80 of these blueprints, which there's 2 generators per blueprint, so that's 160 generators. No. You turkey. That didn't sound right. Because it wasn't. All right. Oh. That is a lot of fuel generators. With the vast majority of them not even turned on. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 12 times 2 is 96 of them haven't even been turned on. So that's in 64,800 megawatts that hadn't even been turned on yet. All right, what else can we do? Let's go see if we can find that sulfur. Okay, it's that way. I think it's going to be up there on the top of those pillars. Ah, there it is, right there. There it is, right there. Alright, so we gotta get this over there. Truck. What if we took it by truck? He'd come through here. Right? Or would you go through here? Don't mind me coming through. He'd come through here. Yeah, we could truck it through here. I mean, technically, you could probably don't even need to build a road. You could just run this sucker right on the ground until you reach. No, you can come through here. Oh, let's see. Where would you go? Making me done. I think we do that. Because I really just have to feed these last, these last two rows over there. Oops. Okay, looks like oil got all filled in. So next time we just need to do water. The remaining sulfur. The turbo fuel connection to the generators. Power. And this whole place will be running. Holding steady. Probably ought to go check the... Make sure these are overflowing properly so we're not backing up on the sulfur. Let's double check that real quick. How do I get... There we go. So these should be overflowing if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they are. Okay, perfect. So we should be... Let's double check our sulfur. Coming in on the truck over here. 1,050. We needed 1,050. That was 1,031. Seriously contemplated just deleting this truck route and running these as belts, but it seems to be working. I was just worried that we'd be building up and not getting the flow we want, but it looks like it's running perfectly. All right, so we've got all of the. Damn, we got every blueprint in. Look at all these fuel generators. Maximum consumption 14.2. That can't be right. I think that's because I haven't connected up. Power to those other pieces yet. Okay, well, I think that's about gonna do it for the day. Can't think of anything else I could get started on now that I could finish. Let's just double check our plastic, rubber, and overflows here real quick. Okay, those seem to be working. I like how this turned out. We do need to finish this aesthetics wise. Actually, I'm gonna do this. Where is that at? Where is it at? There it is. Let's just do this temporarily. Boom, boom. Start getting rid of some of these power poles that aren't necessarily needed. Tidy up the place a little bit. What the heck are you running to? Nothing. Got random power poles all over the place. Okay. Let's go prop ourselves over here a little bit. I want to see if I can get a good shot of all these generators. Preferably ones that are running. What's gonna be a good shot? That's not bad. Let's see. What's a good screenshot thumbnail? kind of like there. Let's see if there's a filter. No, no. Maybe. No, no, no. That looks kind of cool. No, no. No. I kind of like the black and white. That one's kind of cool too. Oops. No. I'll take it. Now, what about effects filters? No. 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 That one's kind of cool. No. No. This looks like a coloring book. It's kind of cool. Okay. Well, I think that's it. Oh no. What is blinking? What is this? Oh, son of a... Alright, let's go fix that real quick, then we'll be done. I think I know what happened. And that's not a good thing. Overshot that. No, that's not what happened. Oh. Huh. Okay, for the life of me, I cannot remember what was fueling that truck. It had to have been coal. Son of a gun. There's definitely nothing coming from here. So we've got a problem. There's nothing in here. Son of a gun. What the hell? How did plastic get in there? What in the world? There's literally no way for plastic to have gotten into there. What? Here's the coal. Like, plastic's not even on the same... Got too much plastic built up here. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Holy smokes. Oh, I bet there's plastic in there. Unbelievable. Oops, hit the window. Unbelievable. How many coal on me? 11. Wonder. All right, let's take all that. Let's go back over to this. I've literally never seen that before. I don't even know if that would be considered a bug. Like, how would that happen? Material, a resource, not connected to any of the lines made it onto that line. Interesting. Alright, well, we'll dig into that next time. At least it's back and running this time. We're back and running now. So, alright, everybody have a great Thursday, and I will see y'all later.